What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with yet more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. This is our D&D 5th edition campaign, long running, very long running at this point. And I'm, of course, your GM, your DM for the night. And we're joined by the majority of the crew here. We'll be missing our time wizard, but, maybe I'll fill in for him. Just to catch Velree up, since she missed our last session, the crew was ultimately given a choice after their time spent on the elusive rose that was moored at Port Dorona. After you guys completed all your endeavors, speaking of which, Velree, we will have to do some of yours before we start. You all decided, with a task being brought up once again, the current state of the world being brought into view, as it appears that the former ring that circled Draelora has become to condense and form into what is being described as a moon. 3 suns are getting closer and closer together in the far distance. The stars are changing and shifting. New constellations, or perhaps old constellations, coming back into view. With all of the surge in celestial movement, there has been a vast amount of reports of natural and possibly unnatural disasters, with strange mists sighted on the oceans, earthquakes, possible volcanic eruptions in once stilled mountaintops. And of course, bizarre and strange storms. Top this all off, Tristan Varel was given a reminder by his older self that he needed to find the vessel, as the time was almost complete. The stars were almost right, and the old ones would be returning soon, should they not be prevented as once before. The vessel could be in one of 2 places, obscured by whatever entity or entities are exerting their will on Draelora right now. One of the possible locations, being from maps that you guys had procured from a crashed, possibly alien vessel. One to the north in the frigid wastes, atop some kind of strange plateau. One to the south, deep in the sands, the Whispering Dunes. It was a crapshoot as to which one would be the place to find the vessel. But nonetheless, you also were tasked with hiding the key to the gate. The key being Nyarla, the stalwart companion of many adventures with you all, that you had saved from a probably not pleasant fate within the Shadow Realm, the hands of the sculptor. But ultimately, you were left with the decision of what to do with Nyarla. Should you take her with you to keep her safe? Should you hide her in case something were to happen to her near your presence? You decided to do a bit of both. You traveled to Brunwood, to the Temple of Boel that was present there, and placed her under a spell, almost a curse, where she was put into a kind of sleeping stasis, her body becoming invisible, tasking the ladies that work the temple to take care and to watch and hopefully guard over her presence. One of the benefits of this spellcraft that Zune managed to exert being that the individual in question is completely obscured from magical scrying and various other means of location gathering, making it an excellent way to hide a person. After this, with Rogar's aid, Tristan Varel utilized the scroll given to him by Old Man Trist, which would transport you whichever direction you choose, as close as it could safely place you on your path to eventually reaching this vessel. Once used, it transported you to the far north. You were dropped into a large room, cold, full of tattered soldiers of dynasty filigree, with a large hobgoblin with a blue nose that turned to greet you, well, to greet Rogar in particular. As you were plopped down, everyone converging on you, with the man opening his arms wide and essentially welcoming Rogar to the Iron Fortress. And that would be normally where we, pick this up. But we need to do Velree's stuff now. So, you get 2 endeavors, Velree. 2 mechanical, like, boost your character endeavors, and then 1 story-related, whatever you'd like that to be. You did find your item, the color sin that was crafted for you. You can choose to reveal what it does, or you cannot. It's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still reading it, but for my character, I want to boost my dexterity, because why not? Let's just be a ninja all the way. What's a good thing to try and boost my dexterity?
You trying to boost the actual characteristic?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Aren't there talents that let you do that? Do you remember? I think there's one. There is one that lets you do it.
As far as like just the base score increase.
Yeah, that's one.
But there's there's resilient.
Yeah, resilience.
+1.
And then
there's
proficiency.
Athlete, I believe. Yeah, resilience is the one that gives you proficiency in saves.
Yeah, it gives you saves, which you already have dex saves, though, I think.
No,
I have advantage.
She got advantage, but she just has strength.
Oh, okay, yeah. It would actually give you proficiency, though. Yeah. Do you know if you've tried resilient yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. I'll give you this. Yes, it is a feat. Now, I will give you the same spiel I gave to everyone else, since this might be the last time that we do this.
Okay.
So if you haven't performed it yet, you need 3 successes.
Right.
Which basically means you're going to need a success, and then you're going to need a critical success to get it in one go. If you haven't done anything yet.
Highly unlikely.
It's possible, but probably rare.
Well, that's all I've ever. What else can I even do to try?
You could get proficiency in any kind of skill. That's only a single test for any skill. Learning an instrument, painting, any skill, so on and so forth, whatever.
Okay, right.
Maybe invest in something to please your new goddess.
I've heard. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so pissed at my life right now. What about it's already pretty high. Let's just go with stealth.
Okay. Do you not have proficiency in that already?
I do have proficiency. Okay, so I can't increase. It's just something to gain proficiency.
Yeah, just to gain proficiency, yes.
My bad, bro. I already have all the good things. Let's do...
I mean, if you wanted to get expertise,
I
would say we could do that, but you would have to get 2 successes instead of just 1.
Let's just do a deception.
Deception. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a deception check. The initial DC will be 15.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
You never know.
Ooh, 16.
First roll. Velree is coming into her own. Perhaps it's the newfound collar she's placed. Perhaps it's all the time spent with Zoom. But you have learned a little bit about deceiving individuals. Picking up a knack for it.
How do I tell them to be proficient?
You probably get to manually add it
Skill
in.
proficiency. Okay.
Yeah.
I did it.
You get one more.
Oh shit. Let's do. Well, it's only fitting to try and do a persuasion then.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at some of the things.
Well, go ahead and give me a persuasion check then.
18!
Right, Velree really working on her charismatic endeavors in this few month span. Perhaps it's the newfound need to do so, trying to explain her more pronounced, possibly vampiric nature, and those of her handmaids for sure.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Ah,
Speaking
yes.
of,
Speaking of, yes.
for my endeavor, I was thinking, trying to find a way to set them free without killing them, Anthony.
Okay.
Or
Well,
reverse the curse. Something. Can I reverse the curse? Or
why don't you? Let's see here. So how do you
ending for them?
How do you want to go about this? Are you looking for more of a spiritual kind of foyer, or are you looking at more of like an arcane means, or how exactly are we trying to go about this?
But...
Okay, all right. Your go-to for arcane knowledge normally would be Tristan Varel.
Dude.
It could also be Old Man Triss, though, as he is wont to speak to all of you every once in a while. Okay. Why don't we... Let me pull up Triss stuff. All right. I have Tristan Varel here. I'm going to have Trist make a Arcana check. The DC is very high for this.
But he has to make it, right?
He has to make it.
Okay, cool.
He had a 17. So, Trist relays to you because he kind of like brings up your situation to Old Man Trist. That what has happened to them is not necessarily beyond arcane means, because nothing is beyond arcane means according to Trist and older Trist. Anything can be solved with enough magic.
Yes.
For instance, Trist ultimately brings up the point that as a master of time, that maybe perhaps he could reverse this completely, entirely, with enough practice, similar to what he did to Zoom.
Nothing bad happened. That's fine.
There can be consequences of doing so, but perhaps it's possible. However, unlike with Zoom, there is an added hurdle to jump over, being that this was not just some far warping influence. This was manipulation by a literal goddess of the material. And it may be more difficult because this was so purposeful than it was with Zoom. Okay. With his 17, he is working on kind of on the back burner. He's working on a solution.
Okay.
But as of right now, he just has a few ideas. He doesn't have anything solid yet. from an arcane standpoint.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Love that.
Love it indeed. All right.
I want my handmaids to know that I'm working on this to hopefully repair our relationship.
Mm-hmm. I will say, Velree, as much as you're trying to speak to them and kind of, it's strange because it's almost like they're there, but they're not there.
Yeah, some bullshit.
They are present, but they're bound to serve you. And their personality is not what it used to be.
Where's that? Thank you.
Okay. Welcome. You're welcome indeed. Let's bring on the misery. So, speaking of misery, your current predicament. All of you find yourselves within this grand structure. It looks almost like similar to the throne room that you some of you were a part of during your time in Port Torona when you went on trial within the castle. It's a similar kind of aesthetic, and it's large, not quite as large as that, but it definitely is no throne room. It is not very well kept. There's not really cobwebs. There's just dust and snow that's drifted in through some open slits and cracks in the walls. It looks like the doors and some of the walls have been repaired many times over the years. This is a large structure. The current fortification you find yourself in is mostly function over aesthetic pleasing when it comes to its architecture. Captain Redclaw, arms wide, walks up to Rogar and grasps him. My friend, I thought we'd never see each other again.
Commander Redclaw. Captain Redclaw.
It is Commander now.
Oh. It's good to see you. I feared you had perished.
Huh. I might as well have. I tried to send runners to relay information to you, but I was told that none of them ever made it. How does Conwich go?
Unfortunately, Conwich is in the hands of Thunderstrike.
At the mention of his name, his fist ball tightened. I see. Well,
he has moved his sizable force into occupying the territory some months, possibly years ago.
Hmm. Well, no doubt you've heard of what happened to me.
I assumed you were dead, to be quite honest. I did not realize you were
I see.
here.
Word must not have spread. Well, you are within the Iron Fortress, Rogar. These are your companions, yes?
They are.
Hmm.
I'm gonna get a little weak.
What of Zoltkar, Tuk?
All my companions that you knew have perished.
All of them?
Gayu as well. Well, I have not seen him in a while. There is one who is possibly still alive. But these are my new companions. much along the way.
I see. And
this
you
is-
are in the accompaniment of a mage, I see. As he kind of motions towards Trist in particular,
Mhm.
and his very strange appearance.
This is Tristan Varel.
Varel, I know you. Well, I'll say yes, we may have met once or twice back in the day.
Did they meet?
Trist had a life before he met you guys.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think I was like, I don't remember the meeting Deadclaw.
No. Trist is
Okay.
only like, what, 100-something years old?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're that sleuth investigator from the capital. Yeah, I've worked a few cases there, here and there. What happened to your face? It doesn't matter. So, see he said, he kind of nods towards Razire in particular. A master of blades. I did not realize we were in the presence of a holy man.
The only presence we are in is in the presence of Our Lady, huh?
Indeed. Glad to have you on the front.
Glad to be here.
And he looks towards Zune. You brought a remembrancer?
A skull. Yeah.
It's called. Ah, yes, that's more appropriate. I forgot you hail from here, Rogar.
I do.
Scald.
Well, I have talents beyond that, but we can discuss that later.
Interesting. And then he looks towards Velree. He kind of takes a long look at you, Velree. And your three handmaids that are subserviently hood down behind you.
I think it's probably appropriate to call her Lady Velree.
I see. You must hail from some far-off land, perhaps?
You could say that. And I just kind of flash a smile. Halfway creepy, halfway trying to be sincere.
Very well. You've come at a hazardous time. As he says that, you hear more explosions, kind of rocketing the building, rocking it back and forth. We are amidst a siege that's never ending up here. I've been awaiting reinforcements for quite some time. I'm told there's chaos elsewhere.
We have heard that there are forces from the north moving down, attacking the dynasty's neighbor and the dynasty itself.
Yes, strange. Desperate times make strange bedfellows indeed. Kind of motions over towards a small group of Dragonborn, mostly red, blue. There is one silver as well.
Sorry. They look at Zune. Does Zune have a lustful look in his eye?
I'm sure Zune does have a lustful look in his eyes.
He always has a lustful look in his eye. You won't know.
Fair enough.
But he kind of motions towards them. They've been aiding us as best they can. They know just as well as the rest of us that if this place falls, well, natural disasters may be the least of our worries. But what brings you here? Are you reinforcements?
We are not here to reinforce, unfortunately. We have our own quest we are on. We seek some source of power. We only know it as the vessel, that it is up north. We must venture beyond this place.
You wish
and
to
head back.
go back into the wastes?
Yes.
Are you looking for Ember?
Unclear. Not Ember specifically. Artifact of power is all we know.
All right, well, I'll aid you in any way I can. Just, I know you hail from here, Rogar. I'm not exactly sure of how you managed to get yourself into the dynasty, but currently, from what we've been able to gather, we lost contact with our outlying fortifications, months ago. I hate to make a bargain with you, but I fear I must. At this point, he's kind of led all of you away from the main hall to kind of a more private chamber. Dismissed, and he's kind of giving messages to several men. People are coming to him for orders on how to proceed, where to shore up defenses, where not to. One thing you will notice kind of moving around this fortress so far is that it appears to be very minimally staffed. There are not a lot of people manning the wall, so to say. On top of that, it is freezing. Rogar's fine. The rest of you are quite uncomfortably cold. Probably not Velree or Zune anymore, actually. So Tristan and Razire are the only ones feeling the chill, as the rest of you have the touch of death or are immune to the effects of cold. However, as you are kind of moved to this more private chamber, there is a roaring fire going inside of a fireplace. A large desk, and it looks like just a cot kind of set up next to it. This definitely doesn't look like the commander of some massive fortress's chambers, but apparently it is. He sits behind his desk, piles of just like paperwork and things kind of just thrown to the side. Another individual follows you guys in. This is appears to be a female hobgoblin soldier, whom he acknowledges as Sabine. Sabine, come, get them some basic supplies, clothes, food stuff, anything we can spare within reason. Are we to give them what? Well, they appear to not need weapons, Your Grace. No, they look very well armed. Just that for now. I'll send for you if we need anything else. Yes, sir. She shuffles her way out of the room. So, Rogar, I will give you any supplies you need to move forward, to move north. However, I need word from Ackridge's Rest. It is a fortification, a fort, a research center of sorts to the north of us. The researcher in charge went silent months ago, even months before that. Shortly after that, I've sent several companies to look into what's going on. None of them came back. And then on top of that, then we had this horde show up. Usually they wait till the spring, the summer. But something has them stirred up early. And once more, there are things out there. They seemed more desperate, more violent. I need word from my fortification. I need someone to look in on it. I can't spare any more men. You seem to be a godsend, quite literally, as he looks towards Razire.
We will do this for you.
Very well.
I understand that the tribes that have been attacking you have seemed more mutated than they had before. Changed.
Who have you been talking to?
It's hard to explain. Someone who has insights into the future of our place.
Yes, it's odd. Some of them appear to be, I don't know, what's the word? Warped. Changed, even. In strange ways. There's always been strange happenings in these parts, but now it's become tenfold what it was once before. They fight like crazed beasts, some of them.
Have you seen any of my people?
I have
Back on the
not.
walls?
Not your particular people, unless you mean the other members from the Draconian Kingdom.
No.
None of your pigment, Rogar.
Well, I must confess, Captain, I have did not want to return to my people in such a manner, and but I must know if they are okay.
To be honest with you, I didn't know your people existed until you spoke with us. But
I will.
we do have a good, well, from our current researcher, from Lord Ackridge, we do actually have quite a survey that's been happening. I was sent this a while back. I've made copies. This is one of the copies that was made, and he kind of pulls out from a desk and unrolls a piece of tanned skin. Upon it, the map that I sent all of you of the frigid wastes. I don't know what half of these things mean, what he has listed here, but I know that this is what lies beyond his respite. I can give you enough supplies to last you days, but you will probably be relying on foraging at some point. No doubt you will have plenty of experience in this, Rogar.
We'll be fine.
Good. Sabine, at this point, comes back and has...
What is the name of this researcher that we search for?
He goes by the name... His name is Ackridge, Lord Ackridge. He founded Ackridge's Rest. Now, Ackridge's Rest is not on the Frigid Waste map. It is actually on the Draelora map.
Okay.
So this picks up past his encampment.
Okay.
So, you may leave as you please. However, I will warn you, we are currently under siege. At a minimum, you should probably wait till nightfall if you wish to sneak out. You could always fight your way out, but he kind of looks at the lot of you. I believe you will have plenty of means of traveling should need be. I can't offer you much. You could enter the mines if you'd like to take a few days' travel back. I've been told that there are exits north of the mountain range. Those are your options. You can confer as you please. Sabine enters the room, bringing the warm, furred, kind of like skin clothes. She has one for everyone, including one that will actually fit Rogar. It's probably unnecessary, but you are handed one nonetheless. All of you are handed warmer clothes to put on. And she takes her leave. I will, you can stay in the barracks, or I will, you know what? I'll have a room drawn up for the men and one for the women. I mean, Velree and her handmaids are women.
Oh, right.
Zune.
A moment of like, whatever tickles your fancy. What did he say? So you said you were having trouble getting messengers out.
Yes.
Do you have anyone
with magic? Yes. We have a handful of, well, to be honest, they're not exactly high-ranking, but we do have a few acolytes of the Iron Boundary with us. No one I would consider competent, but they'll do the trick. And communication has always been an issue here in the Wastes. Things are different here than they are in Draelora. Communications aren't reliable. Arcanely, at least.
Okay.
Tend to have more success with the more divine, as it kind of motions towards Resire. Quite literally a godsend. One of the few things that can pierce the veil.
Be modest.
Sometimes you do not want to see on the other side of the veil, though, huh?
I'm sure you can handle it. Needless to say, only those with a more divine connection are able to send messages back and forth. And sadly, we lost the majority of our priests and priestesses during the siege. The initial siege, that is.
God, I'm gonna hate myself for this. Do you have a medical ward? Do you have anyone who is able to provide healing or medicinal ability for your people?
We have Dr. Bumblefoot. He is currently doing the best he can. He's a strange man, but he's been keeping my fighters healthy. That's the least I can ask for.
Okay. Turn to Rogar. So Rogar, what's the plan?
I assume we could do nothing until we take a long rest. So we shall rest for the evening and then tackle our plan tomorrow. Do you mind if I see the battlements?
Of course. Do the rest of you wish to... Sabine, take them to the officers' quarters. The empty ones. Of course. And those of you that wish to see embattlements, you may. Otherwise, you will be led off to the officers' quarters, which are actually just right down the hall from Commander Redclaw. As you exit his quarters, you are taken upwards. It's at this point that you realize that you guys are actually quite high. Much higher than you probably realized. As you walk out into a set of reinforced, almost like steel doors that are opened, you realize you are hundreds of feet in the air. It might be a little jarring for some of you, but as you look out, all you see is white. It's almost as if there is nothing left. There's no sky, there's no ground, there are no mountains around you. It is a strange sight. It's almost as if you were floating in just nothingness. Ever since the siege, we've been in a perpetual, I don't know what you'd call this, snowfall, blizzard. It's not really a full blizzard, but you can't even see the damn sky. You can only tell it's daylight because, well, the glow. As there is a little bit of glow coming from the sky. And as you look down, you see bursts of light down below, and you hear the rumble of explosions, fireballs, things like that exploding far off down below. The battle happening. There should be mountains to your left and right that you should easily be able to see, but nothing. After a few hundred feet, your vision drops off, and you can see absolutely nothing. One might call this being snowblind. Your path is, he kind of looks around that way. He points in the northern direction. Good news. I don't think that the Horde can see any better than us.
Do you have a number of how many?
I've lost count. It's too difficult to get an accurate representation of what's out there. Could be thousands. Could be a few hundred. I do know they do have giants with them, though. As you you guys actually do see like a gargantuan like ice boulder just fly out of the mist and like crash into the fortress down below. Shatters. The building kind of like shudders for a second, but is ultimately okay.
Grips the edge of the battlement tightly. The utterance of giants. Well, no leader has shown themselves.
To be honest with you, I don't know. It's hard to get any reliable intel. We're essentially just manning the walls at this point. Any pushes out into the field have ended in complete disaster. Normally, I would set out by men using different forms of artillery and cavalry that we have on our present. However, after the initial charge, it all ended in disaster. I just don't have the men to push forward any longer. We're playing it as defensive as possible.
How much longer do you believe you can hold?
Well, as long as they keep as they are, we could hold for months, years even. Especially with some of the resources that the kingdom brought to us. They may not be good for much, but they do make a strong ale.
How many feet up do you think we are?
I don't know, 400 or 500 maybe.
Okay. Hmm.
You plan on flying down? He doesn't
No.
say that, like, sarcastically.
No, nothing like that.
I've known many a remembrancer capable of bizarre and strange abilities.
Hmm. You wouldn't be the first to call me bizarre and strange, but you know, you mentioned a strong ale you have.
The dragons call it fire wine.
Fire wine. I'm gonna look at Rogart like, am I making a mistake?
I think you've
I'm
had some
about to
before.
partake. Oh, have I? Okay.
I think so.
Oh.
Yep.
Well then, how about you and we just go get some fire wine?
I would love to just drink with you. However, I have many tasks I have yet to complete. It is never a time of rest.
Well, if you never get any rest, you're not as effective either. I have to roll a persuasion. I'm gonna persuade him.
For what? What are you persuading
You
him
know
for,
what
Zoom?
for.
You know what for.
He knows.
He's
I'm
a
not
man.
being subtle. He's a man in the frigid waste.
He's a man stuck in his ways.
He's
Very
muscle
traditional
daddy.
commander.
You described him as muscle daddy in the very
I
beginning.
did not say muscle daddy. No one
Knew
ever
what was
said
going to
that.
happen. Well muscled, tall. Oh.
He's also a
Just my
hobgoblin.
type.
He's a hobgoblin with a
Dude's
blue
been
nose.
with the hobgoblin.
Oh Lord.
Like,
Well, Captain Redclaw,
look, don't make me roll this.
don't roll it. He just
It's
kind
too
of
late, I
nods his
rolled
head. I don't want to see it. I'm not looking at it.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
looking at it.
Okay.
He just
Just as
nods
long
his,
as you know.
He just nods his head, and I'm sorry I cannot spend more time with all of you, especially you, Rogar. I'd love to catch up, but I am needed. As you see, Sabine is currently kind of like anxiously not wanting to intrude, but is currently kind of standing at the door with like
Fine.
piles
I'll
of...
let him go.
All right. Just let me or Sabine know whenever you're ready to leave, and you have the run of the fort as you please. Just do not enter the armory, I ask. That is... Let's just say we've had some accidents in the past. And he leaves it
Noted.
at that.
I know, right? Yeah, that's tempting, huh? Okay.
You guys have whatever you guys want to do. You may complete said task.
I'm gonna find that silver dragonborn, I guess. And then
Immediately, like we're not gonna talk about what we're doing. We're just gonna.
I mean, what else is there to do other than rest? We're not going to be going into the armory because we were told not to, and we listen because you have punished us too many times. So we're not doing that. We're not going out into the frigid waste to fight whatever the hell is out there. I mean,
Rogar wants to work on his potion, his crafting,
Yes, he does.
But other than that, just
Question.
back to his room.
Yes, Velree.
I can't tell by the way this is worded if it's can I just in general fly, or is it only the bonus action like where
It's only when you're missed.
pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
You do that now?
Damn it. You know what?
I just want to fly.
The man gives you cool things. Could have been cooler. You suck. That's all I heard.
Oh shit.
Well, I do say that I could use a rest. I might venture back to those quarters and take me a little snooze. Would anyone like to join me in my magnificent abode?
Can I bring a friend?
I don't see why not.
All right, I'm gonna go find a friend.
Who's your friend gonna be, Zune?
You know who my friend's gonna be?
Who's your friend gonna be,
Silver
Zune?
Dragonborn that you described earlier, that you specifically called out knowing that that was going to tempt me.
I didn't know that was gonna tempt you.
You did?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know you had a thing with the champion. Oh, and one of them, me red, blue, one of them is silver. All right, back to the story. You know what you did. But yeah. We don't even have to roleplay it. You just know it's going to happen. You know I will succeed.
You go to find you go to look for the envoy from the Draconian Kingdom.
Mm.
And
I want to go with Zoom too.
Of course you do.
You want to?
I just want to see what's
Of course
happening.
you do.
But
No,
I
you just
don't
wanna-
want to get. I don't want to get involved, But I just want to.
You don't want to make friends?
I want to see what's their deal, I assume witness Zoom,
And a name
pounce
drop.
on this, dragon.
Okay. You find the envoy. Particularly, you find blue dragons mostly. They're easy to spot. They kind of they're keeping away from the general members of the dynasty kind of soldiery. And you kind of go approach one of them. Kind of looks up at you. Well, what can I do for you? Is there something you need, or don't exactly see many? What the hell are you anyway? Are you an elf? You don't quite look right.
Wasn't sure which one of us he was talking to. There was like, haven't seen a white dragon. Oh, is this a blue one talking to me?
Yes.
Saying that I don't quite look right.
Well, you don't, Zune. You were a dark elf that has since a drow that has since lost most of the pigment from their skin and looks quite pale, but yet still has drow features.
You know how it is. I don't get enough sun.
All right. What exactly do you need?
Do I see the silver one here anywhere?
No, you don't see them.
Oh. Well, I saw one who looked kind of familiar in your party. Silver?
Talking about the eternal flame. You know the eternal flame.
Okay. Out of character. Can I roll it knowledge history? Because this sounds like something important that I should know. You can say no. We'll be okay.
No, I'll take a history check. That's fine. You're a bard. You hear things.
Not good. 14.
14.
Just okay.
No, you do not. You're not exactly sure who he is referring to. Now, you do know from your time with the Champion of Silver that the Silver Dragonborn tend to be they have more of a caste system in the Draconia Kingdom.
Oh.
The Silver tend to be the more noble, lordly caste. Many of them have unique positions and standing within their society. This one is apparently known as the Eternal Flame.
Ah. It's gonna get real awkward. I screw this up. I don't know him by that name.
Apparently, you don't know them at all.
I'm not
At this
so
point, you hear from behind you soon.
Is it Rogar telling me to stop?
It is not Rogar. Rogar, you kind of look over, and Rogar, you have to look up a little bit, as there is a probably 9-foot tall silver dragonborn standing there.
Okay, so I have the type.
The first thing you notice soon is this is most certainly a female.
Trying to get some practice in. This is all right.
With this beautiful, like, highly, you couldn't see from afar, but this beautiful, like, detailed, encrusted, heavy, like, plate mail that's been fitted to her body. Lots of jewels and silver filigree across it. There is a symbol of almost like a flame across her chest. On this tabard that kind of drapes down. Silver flame.
Would she be considered attractive to Rogar?
I'm not exactly sure if Rogar would find her attractive or not, because Rogar apparently has no interest in. Well, I mean, she is large and looks like she is powerful. So yes, Rogar would probably find her attractive.
Yeah, that's the check marks for Rogar.
Yes.
Powerful. She would make a good.
She looks very strong. And yes, she goes by the Eternal Flame.
Ah, my lady, your highness. My friend Rogar, son of Amu, wanted to meet you.
And what are you doing?
Rogar cocks his head and looks at Zoom. That's all he does.
I'm gonna, smack him on the back.
I don't see a lot of white scales this far south.
Gonna encourage Rogar. Rogar.
Sorry,
you followed me looking for a show. Now you're a part of it.
As Zuna said, I'm Rogar, son of Amu.
I know you
not met.
can.
You have. I have met very few of yours.
I don't know if that's true now, is it? I heard you gave the champion a bit of a run for his money.
Except
told not
stage
to
left.
speak. I'm going to say we were told not to speak of such things.
Let's just say that I'll never let him live it down. As she kind of grins widely.
Get it right. Not saying that. I will be accepting thank yous later. Seems like, I've got something I need to go take care of. Catch up, Rogar. I hope you have some fun. And then gonna just...
Your companion is quite strange.
So you have no idea.
This is why we travel with our own, not these warm blood strangers.
They have taught me many things. I used to think they were all weak and deserved nothing but the nothing but contempt in my eye, but I have changed since partnering with them.
Well, what exactly do you wish to speak of? Should we go somewhere more private?
I am very curious of your people. Unfortunately, I did not get to learn vast amounts the last time I saw your champion.
Very well. Why don't you have a seat? She motions towards we're kind of like in like the mess hall, so just a table. She doesn't even have to make any like motions. As she sits down, several of the draconian soldiers immediately bring food to the table, already prepared. Lots of fresh meat, some kind of dried fruits of some kind, and a couple of other like 3 or 4 different plates are kind of like set out before you.
I have read some of your people in my time. here in the dynasty. I understand you have some sort of queen, hierarchy, some matron.
It is complicated, to say the least. What exactly are you interested in our governing body? Are you interested in our day-to-day? Are you maybe interested in our mating practices?
I do not honestly think about. Honestly, all three. But
Well, I am an expert in one of those three. I'll let you find out which.
very well. I do say I'm unfamiliar with the dragonkin of the south. Mating practices of my people are quite intense.
I was referring to politics, but
Oh,
I'm glad for you making assumptions.
apologies.
She just kind of smiled at that.
Mhm. So, politics, that is.
Indeed, politics. You have a meal. As she's speaking, she kind of informs you that there is, in fact, a court that is the ranking structure of the dynasty.
Okay.
At this court
Of the kingdom.
Of the Draconian Kingdom, yes.
Yeah.
This particular court. Don't please while I pull up my notes on the Draconian Kingdom that I thought I'd never get to use. Okay.
You're welcome.
The capital is known as Draville, and it is home to the it is home of the Silver Table of the Dreadscale Keep, where the ruling Dragon King resides. This is also the home of the Anvil of Dova, the prime temple to the armorer that can be found within the walls of Draville. There is a healthy mine, she describes, run mostly by kobolds that provides access to the large amounts of ore needed to produce the famous armor of the Dragon Knights of Dracoria. It is all extremely Arthurian in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Each of the knights are all silver dragon born.
Okay.
And they all take names based upon their predecessors. She is the Eternal Flame. The champion is the champion, so on and so forth. And there are many of these individuals.
Roger's eating it up. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of your ancestors, your dragon progenitors?
Of course. The prime dragon of myth now, but we are all said to be children of the armorer. That through his ascension, he took us from a scattered remnant of almost, I hazard to say, a broken, long broken society to what we are now. He solidified us into the Draconian Kingdom. There are outliers, of course. Amu went his separate path, amongst a few others. But for the most part, we stake our place in the mountains. We owe our allegiance to Dova.
Have you ever come across a green dragon ball? By the name of Susan?
About to say, you speak of Sensu. She was once the advisor to the ruler of the dynasty. She's been absent from our meetings as of, well, the past year or so.
Wow. I will warn you that she seems to have ulterior motives, her own goals. She's not to be trusted.
Here's a word of a little kernel of knowledge for you, little wormling. Trust no one except your own kin. They're all traitors, treacherous. Most of them spies, I'm sure. Be careful where you tread. Not everyone is your friend or what they seem. We do not make alliances easy. And basically, this agreement we have with the dynasty is mostly to see what they're up to. We've not trusted her, ever. She does not abide any supplication to Dova, nor any other before her.
Seems to describe her accurately. My people are not accustomed to subterfuge and deception. Such schemes are broken upon the frigid wastes.
It makes sense, I'm sure.
It's taken me some time to understand these concepts.
Well, needless to say, I have. This has been a pleasant conversation, Rogar, son of Amu. However, we must be finishing our business here, as I am needed on the front.
Thank you for your time.
Of course. Are you to join us, perhaps tomorrow?
Do you attack tomorrow?
We attack every day.
I'm unsure. I have my own mission beyond the wall.
I'd love to see you bathed in blood.
I did hear that there are giants beyond the wall.
She kind of lowers her eyes at the mention of giants. Yes, there are. Cowards hiding behind masses of fledglings.
Well, thank you for your hospitality.
Anytime. Should you need a warm bed this night, you can call on me.
I don't want to because Dune's so happy, you know? I think I would. And it's gonna stay,
She tells you where her room is.
Okay.
And if you show up, you show up. If not, you're not.
Alright.
I don't know if a gentleman ever says what happens. I don't know.
Exactly. Gentleman never tells.
Definitely
Yeah.
eavesdropping.
Yeah.
No,
Velree was on the ceiling this whole time, just watching. Gonna creep back down to Zoom, like, why doesn't anyone want to see me bathe in blood? God.
I love
fair.
watching you bathe in blood. I mean, that's like almost every day.
I know, but I mean, no one's turned on by it as I do.
Mistress, would you like us to gather blood for you for your bath? One of your handmaids kind of nods behind you.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
It's-
Right.
Very well.
Thank you for
I kind of step away. We're always
It would
just a few steps behind you.
It would be a very loud occurrence if you remember the Mighty Busa.
Indeed.
Remember us first, you always remember first. The Mighty Busa, and but yes, it would be a very loud occurrence.
Very loud. Raucous.
Raucous.
Indeed.
Just
Have you
Rogar
ever made any children though, or are you just like
He doesn't know.
you don't
Zoom?
care
Or
about?
Rogar?
Yeah,
Rory is about procreation.
I know. So like, where's your kids at, bro?
I don't know. I don't even know if
Where's your
Dragonborn and a Bugbear could reproduce.
And I mean, it would just look at like, it looks like the women, correct? So they wouldn't even take after the Dragonborn side, even if it did work.
Unless it's a race that can half breed. Like elves
I had not thought about this. Are
or
you
humans.
committing bestiality every single time you have sex, Rogar?
Are you
Like
soon?
bestiality?
I am not.
I'm not? Sure.
I don't think Zoons had committed bestiality at all.
In this world, most humanoids can produce together. However, we go by Skyrim rules. They usually take after the woman.
They all look like human children. Got it.
No, they don't look like humans. They all look like whatever their mom is what they tend to take after. They might have traits of the father, but that's what they're going to look like.
Rory's only had relations twice in his life,
It's true.
so
Only twice.
It was the goblin and the drow. No, the goblin was with someone else.
Yeah, that was someone else. It was the Bugbear and the Drow,
Mhm.
and then that's it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
Rory's very young,
He's a young man.
and his first time was with the professional Bruce Busa.
He was. So she was professional.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think. Are you informing us? Are we all just having a casual chat?
No, this
Right
is just
now.
the player. This is the player
Like,
informing you.
uh,
Yes, I
So
remember my first time.
yes,
Let
it
me
was my
regale you with
last
my
time.
conquests. Exactly.
And then at this point, Triss peeks his head out of the mansion. Well, I say if we're referring to our first times, I could tell you about... It goes on and on and on. Mostly
Just be
stories
freaky.
about woo.
I think he might be the oldest one here. Actually, he is grandpa.
In
Yeah.
elf terms, he's not, but yes.
No, but come on, grandpa. We don't need to know about back in the before times, Triss. Go inside his mansion.
I mean, if we're being technical, Velree far
Oh.
outages all of you by like a significant margin. By like a ridiculous margin.
I don't think I've had much sex though.
That's true. Accurate.
Yeah.
Do I need to be a wingman for Velree? Does she need someone? I can make this happen. I just
My one love in this whole campaign. Dead. It may be because of you, Zoom.
You're not sure if he's dead or not, but probably.
trying to. Oh, that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that's my
one.
fault.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Thought we
my
meant
bad, man.
I thought we meant.
All because of that dragon head. I should have. It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'll make that up to you somehow when I get 25,000 more gold. I just need 25,000 gold, and I can make this up to you.
Wait, what about our magical start? Third level magical. What is it? That can be anything you want it to be.
What?
Diamond dust or whatever. What was
The
it?
ember,
Yeah, that sounds right.
the refined ember. It
We
can
only
become
have, like,
nothing.
We're at 4,800.
Yeah.
I should probably tell you that one of the and Zune would know this. Well, most of you would probably know this. Is just general information. The frigid wastes are braved quite a bit by like adventuring types because it is home to vast deposits of raw ember that saturate this area, which is also what gives its very strange properties, the whole place. But large amounts of ember can be found throughout the frigid wastes.
Why have we not come here?
Because it's extremely dangerous.
If you can help me get 25,000 gold worth of ember, Velree, I can make your dreams come true.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah,
ember
you
is that?
That's a lot.
25,000 ember, right?
It's
It's
gonna be-
1-to-1.
It's going to be a lot. Yeah.
I can fix this. I'm fixing things left and right, and probably making things worse per the norm. Probably should not have brought back my sister, but let's not get into that. Trist has been through a lot. Let's just make him happy with the limited time we have left before
I haven't.
he swallows the earth. I know I'm gonna make it up to you. We're gonna make this right.
Are we going in the mansion or not? Because I'm going to
Going
close these
inside the
doors.
mansion, and I'm pulling Rogar with me. Okay, so tell me everything. How did it go?
Rogar would not be finished. We'll be still engaged. Unless,
Engaged all night.
you know.
Oh, so he's not with us. Okay, then I don't know. Okay, then I'm going inside the mansion. I'm
Zoom,
taking it.
it's at this point that you realize that you don't really need sleep. You just need like rest, kind of like Velree does. It's not real sleep. It's like a wakeful rest. You only need 4 hours of it.
That's good. I mean, at least that hasn't changed.
Nope. But you don't even need to meditate or anything like that. You just kind of just sit in one place for about 4 hours and then that's it.
Gonna sit in the same room as Velree and just stare at her for 4 hours because
Creepy, indeed.
I like it. We'll just stare at each other.
Resire, what are you doing in this time?
You know, it's very cold up here, huh?
It is.
I would probably find a place to take rest.
Okay. Are you going to enter into the magnificent manor?
I do want to enter into the magnificent manor.
Okay.
I might spend some time, taking in the finer accoutrement of said manor. Taking a moment to step outside the battle, appreciate the finer things in life. I never really get to see such finery and such wonderful things, huh? Rogar, your people up here, they're quite fantastic.
Rogar's not there. But Trist is there.
But I'm saying this
And he
out
says, as Trist is reading a book in his study, says, yes, Resire, if you'd like, there's a fine scotch on the shelf there. You might partake.
Oh, indeed. Now, would you like some yourself, huh?
I already have a glass. I
Okay.
appreciate your candor.
I'll take a little, snifter of the scotch.
There is a glass that already has one of those like circular ice balls in it.
Oh yeah.
For you to
Fancy
pour.
ice.
It's fancy. It's the fancy ice. You know.
wait, he has a library
He does within his magnificent manor,
fully stocked with real books.
fully stocked with books that he knows.
I am going to look for basically the equivalent of the Kama Sutra.
Oh no.
You
Research.
may regret this soon.
Oh God, is it a picture? Is it woo?
Mostly,
Oh,
all of so you do find something. However, every woman is your sister, and every man is him, and it depicts them in different positions. And all the
filth on the fire.
And strangely, most of the positions are very dominating, female dominating at that. And it's aggressive for the most part. There's lots of, I mean, I don't want to be throwing out positions here, but there are things.
Lots of pegging. I got it.
Whoa! I didn't go there. You can't say that on the internet. What are you doing?
Sorry, then bleep it. But lots of that.
Of all the things we've said on the internet,
I was dancing around it. You just blurted it out.
Sorry. Damn it. Well, I'm going to start throwing his books in the fire in a rage.
As you do, he just sits in his chair and he says, "They'll be back the next day. Don't worry."
I was hoping so.
Sick man. You're a very sick man.
You cannot blame me. Hell, I can't even see them anymore.
Okay, well, then how do you... Okay.
Just know that I know.
That's me. Did you not have sex with anyone who wasn't my sister?
I mean, she is the most memorable one. She is the love of my life.
You have a non-love of your life? Just a scrapbook of other people you've learned sort of thing with?
To be honest with you, she is the best and the last, in my opinion, and she will be forever in my heart.
You're disgusting, Trist. Just gonna leave. Leave and be disappointed.
You leave. That is your opinion, I suppose. As he just sips his little scotch and begins to read, and what Rosire now realizes is actually what looks like some kind of arcane study book, but then within it is actually just a several like braille pictures of Zoom's sister that he's kind of hovering his fingers over.
Oh.
Apparently, Tristan Farrell's
Trist has a favorite subject, it seems. It's okay, huh? You keep yourself entertained there, big guy.
Well, Zai, I believe I need to retire at this moment, and I'll see you in the morning. And with that, I think that's a good place for us to take our first break.